So I am doing a tutorial on Google Tour Builder today. This is Samantha Battleson again. So Google Tour Builder would be very good in a social studies classroom. It could also be good for a introduction to a novel. You use it to give tours on Google Maps. So you could tour communities, countries. You could have your students research locations, share personal trips. The curriculum implications, which I've already slightly touched on for English, create your own literary journey. The kids could create a Google tour, and then they would have to write a piece that follows the journey that they created in their Google tour. In math, you could use it for students to research shapes in buildings. They would go through a tour, flip over to Street View, and look for those geometrical shapes in the buildings. For social studies, you could use it to tour famous geological features, so the Rocky Mountains, things like that. In science, it'd be good for location research for scientific discoveries. The kids could gain some context of what the other countries look like, where these scientists were researching. It also could work for animal habitats, biomes, and fine arts. You could have them tour famous theaters, so like the Globe Theatre in London. And languages other than English, you could also have them do language studies through this, look at street signs and things like that in other countries. Okay, so this is my example tour that I created. It's based on Great Expectations. I am a freshman English teacher. So the students get the link. You could link this in your Google Classroom, and they follow the path. So the first thing I have on here is the forge that was the inspiration for Pip's family's forge in Great Expectations. And you can do Street View also and drag your little man in. You can flip him around using this. And this is the forge that inspired Dickens. So very neat. Now there's cars on the road. Obviously in the past that would not be the case. And then my next stop is Restoration House, which was his inspiration for Miss Havisham's house. So here we can see it. You can also flip around, look and see what's in the area. And it looks like they've put some memorial plaques on here. I wonder if I can zoom in close enough to have the kids read those. But very neat tool. And it takes them through. I would have a reflection assignment that goes with this, where they would have to make connections with the novel, reflect on Pip's overall journey, because they're actually able to see it on a map, because he starts off here, moves over here, all of that. It's very easy to use, so I'm going to go back to that now. Oops, I went too far. So when you go in to actually use the tour builder, I'm already signed in with my Google account. You can click on my tours, and in here you can create your own tour. There are also shared tours. Nobody's shared any with me yet. These are tours that have already been created that you can click on. So if I go back to my tours and I want to create a tour, we're going to do a test one just so I can show y'all how this works. So on here, you can just type in any location. You click on add a location. You can add a photo for the tour, like for the image of the tour. You can give a some background information. If you want to put an assignment in this box, you can. You can change the path color. I've not checked out the advanced options yet. Oh, you can decide what's showing up on the map also. I would definitely use this. But if you were doing like geographic, this view might be better. So you can add a location and say, I'm going to Houston. Any location that shows up on Google Maps you can add to your tour. So Houston, let's do some big cities in Texas. Let's do Dallas. Austin. And Finton. Okay, so it's very, very easy to create a tour. So mine just goes like that. You can also change these, the icons. You can change their colors. So if you noticed with my Great Expectations tour, I had different color pins. So the pink ones are the ones that relate to Estella. Green are things that relate to homes. Red is going to be things that relate to the convicts. So you could also use Google Tour Builder, have the kids create their own tours to show that they understand the literary journey in a novel. But that pretty much wraps up what I have on Screencastify. Once you've finished your tour, you click on Done Editing. It'll save it, and you can share with the link. Private is only you can see it. I would open this up definitely to anyone who has the link. And then you can invite students or anything like that. But for me personally, I would probably just copy and paste this link into Google Classroom. Make sure that you have flipped it over to anyone can view, because if you don't, your students will not be able to see it. So that is Google Tour Builder. I hope you found some use for it in your classroom. Have a great day.